Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Good Shabbos. We're anticipating Shabbat, but here at Temple Emmanuel, we're already getting ready for the high holy days. We're experiencing the high holy day rush. I mean, even the Torahs are being prepared. Some are even wearing white mantles already in anticipation. So I thought that I would speak about the symbol of the shofar. And it is a very powerful symbol. And it is the highlight of the Rosh Hashanah morning service. In the Torah, we understand that one sounds a shofar in times of danger, or to announce some special occasion, or a new moon, or even to open heaven's gates. And so we have the sounds, the three sounds of the shofar, but we also have in our shofar service three distinct parts. And 3 times do we sound the shofar. Mark Harmerling will do a fantastic job, as he has done since he was a child, and doing this. The first section of the shofar service is Malchuyot, and those are verses that pertain to God's kingship and God's kingdom, which includes all of us. And then we have the verses of Shofarot, which are the verses that speak to us of sounding the shofar, and we have the verses of Zichronot, remembrance, because Rosh Hashanah is also called the Day of Remembrance. And so we sound the shofar, and in a sense, it's not a musical instrument. It's actually a symbolic expression of a person's cry unto God. Because the shofar reminds us that we ought to be disturbed by many things in our world. There are things that should upset us and shock us and give us no rest. And so the shofar wakes us up. There's a wonderful story that I'd like to share. I'm not sure it's a true story, but it's a beautiful story. In some small community in Eastern Europe, in a shtetl, the Rebbe was getting ready for Rosh Hashanah, and he was trying to teach this young boy how to sound the shofar. And the young boy was trying, and he could barely get a sound out of the shofar, maybe something like this. But he tried, he couldn't get the tekiah, he couldn't get the shavarim, he couldn't get the teruah, or certainly not the tekiah gedolah, the big tekiah. And he kept on trying, and suddenly there was a knock on the door, and it was a homeless person who entered the synagogue, who was looking for shelter, was looking for food, was looking for a safe place. And the Rebbe said, please, come on in, join us. I'm trying to teach this young man about shofar. He watched, and he said, let me try that. So this person, this stranger, quote unquote, picked up the shofar for the first time, and he got a beautiful, beautiful sound, a sound that has rarely been heard. And the boy was in tears, and he said, I don't understand. We've been working day after day, week after week, and I only get... And this stranger comes in, and he gets a beautiful sound, and the rabbi puts his hand around the boy and says, you don't understand. The trick is not sounding the shofar. It's responding and hearing the cry, the sound of the shofar. That's what we need to do, to hear this sound. There's so much wrong in the world around us. There's even a lot of discord within us. And the shofar says it's time for a new start. It's time to hope, just as the shofar gave Isaac and Abraham hope in the future, and hope that they could go on together. We'll talk about that during the high holidays. So the shofar wakes us up. And so, as we conclude, keep in mind, we're going to have a beautiful service this Friday night, 7:30, in our chapel. Murray Savar and I are going to be officiating, and we're going to conclude with maybe one tekiah to get us in the mood. Tekiah, the sound of hope. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.